All right. Funny, yeah. All right, guys. So let's start. We're gonna try to again make this relevant to our lives. Last time we spoke about, I don't know if anyone did it. Last time we spoke about Siyata D'Shmaya. That part of bringing Hashem into our lives, it's difficult. We live in a world of Alam. It's hidden. Hashem is with us, but He's not a physical person. But a way to really bring Siyata D'Shmaya into our lives is every single day. Again, I don't know how many people have done it. I know some people are doing it. I'm still doing it. I'm very proud of myself. But imagine if you guys were looking through your great-grandparents' stuff and you found a journal. And it was a journal your great-grandfather wrote. I don't know if any of you guys have your great-grandfather is still alive, but every single day, from the time he was 16, 17, he wrote down some Siyata D'Shmaya. You would just be glued to that. Forget about your iPhones, you know what I'm saying? You'll be glued, seeing your great-grandfather's life and what he went through and the difficulties and how he saw Hashem's hand. It's a great eitzah. Do it. Try to write down every single day. It shouldn't be so hard, but I'm telling you, it's a great eitzah, and you really bring Hashem into your life. I just had it this morning. Woke up, I have to get a bus at 6:45, and woke up obviously at 6:40. Running like crazy. I run after the bus. Right, the bus passes, and if I miss the bus, there's another bus in like 25 minutes. My ride, I'm gonna miss it, and I'm flagging down the bus. Right, there's no way, and he stopped. Siyata D'Shmaya right there. Right, I gotta write it down. Okay. But we have a new topic today, and again, I was speaking to the Olam a little. Different things that we could work on. Everyone has stuff we could work on. But let's start. This part, Shematas Maseh, we're finishing up on Midbar, and Rashi writes in the beginning of Maseh in Parak Gimel, Pasuk Aleph. He's talking about all the traveling. We know Klal Yisrael is finally waiting to go into Eretz Yisrael. We've been waiting 40 years in the Midbar, and Rashi mentions all, right, it goes through all the different places that they were in, and Rashi says something interesting, that every single place Hashem says, oh, this is where you were cold, and this is where you had a headache, and this is where you had different things. An obvious question is, ask Rav Henach Leibowitz, who is Rosh Hashiva of Chofetz Chaim, says, I don't get it. There's an Isser called Onos Devarim, right? You can't tell someone about all their problems. Are you guys all tremendous Hamidei Chachamim, you're on your way. A guy can't come over to be like, yeah, you think you're so stark? You know what you were doing a year ago? That's called Onos Devarim. You can't do that. So what is Rashi? What is Chazal saying here? We're like putting Klal Yisrael down. We're talking about their travels and putting them down. Question number one. Good. Question number two. We know that we daven. Davening is really not an easy thing. It really is not easy at all. We could talk about it. We could have a whole separate shiur on just how to make davening real. Very, very, very hard. Avodah. The Gemara in Brachos says that people are mezalzel it. It's hard to daven. It's hard for anyone, even when I may have asked them. It's hard to daven, to focus and to understand. But we have davening, Baruch Hashem. We could daven and have the relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. The Gemara tells us in Tainis, Daf Beis on the Beis, Eza avodah shebelev. What does it mean that I have an avodah in my heart? Tefillah. That I daven, I'm building a relationship with Hashem. Now, there's a fascinating machlokas in the Gemara in Brachos, Daf Kavav Amud Beis, a machlokas between Rabbi Yossi Bar Chanina and Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Rabbi Yossi Bar Chanina says that why do we daven nowadays? Ever why?
Instead of Karbanos.
Because what? Karbanos? Karbanos. Sins? Uh-oh. Yeah, I know we do sins, but wow, that's bad. Yeah, so Karbanos, right? So comes along Rabbi Yossi Bar Chanina, and he says, you know what? He argues a little. He says, what's the other opinion? Ezra, what's the other opinion? Keneged Avos. Avram, Yisrael, and Yaakov. However, comes Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, and he says, you know why we daven? As Ezra said, for Karbanos. Fascinating machlokas, a lot of lumdus. Not going to talk about it here. You look on the next daf, of Zayin and Beis, and we have another machlokas. Mariv. Mariv. Is Mariv Rishus or a Chova? Right, some people think that Rishus, right, funny joke I'm going to make, fun, you don't have to do it, right. Rishus means, Tosas points out on top of the daf, that Rishus means that if you have another mitzvah d'oraisa, maybe you should do that other mitzvah. Doesn't mean, some people think, everything's Rishus, but it means that you should go and do the other mitzvah. That's what it means, Rishus. So we have another machlokas between Rabbi Gamliel and Rabbi Yoshua. Rabbi Gamliel says it's a chova. Okay. Rabbi Gamliel says that it's a chova, it's an obligation, and Rabbi Yeshua says that it's a reshus. Good. Now, if I were to link up these machlokas together, the Gemara never talks about it. right? What would you say? Let's just think about it for a second. If you say that it's Keneged Avos, if it's Keneged Avos, should there be a difference between Shachris, Mincha, and Ma'ariv? No. Good. But if you say Karbanos, should there be a difference between Shachris, Mincha, and Ma'ariv? Yes. So the Gemara never mentions it, but however Rashi mentions it on Shabbos of Tes on the days, third Rashi from the bottom. He says that according to the Manda Amar that says Tefillah Arv is Rishus, is going within the opinion of Karbanos. However, we have a problem. Because the Emek She'ela, the She'iltas of Rav Heigel, right? Rav Heigel wrote a lot, right? He wrote a Sefer and all the mitzvos, and the Netziv wrote a Sefer, a lot of Svarim, the Netziv wrote, and he wrote a Sefer on the Emek, right? It's called Emek She'ela, and he wrote it on the Rav Heigel. Ask the Netziv Gavaldik question. Okay, question 2. The Netziv says, hold on. I paskin that Tefillah is Keneged Avos, and nevertheless I say Tefillah Ma'ariv is Rishus. Get it? Got the question, guys? How can you say Avos, and then you're telling me what? Why was the Tefillah of Yaakov different? Question 2. Okay. Question 3. The Or Chaim in Shemos, in Chafei Zayin, it's talking about all the different materials giving over to the Mishkan, and it's talking about all the great things. And the pasuk says that you should give zahav ukesev unechoshes techelos vargamon, and then it says va'avnei shoam. Ask the Heliga or Chaim. The avnei shoam was more valuable than kesev and nechoshes. And if we're going in order of greater value, avnei shoam should be where in the list? In the beginning. Ask the Or Chaim HaKadosh, famous question: why is avnei shoam at the end? And the final question, again, build up questions, and then we're going to go on a little tangent, and then we're going to come back. Hopefully the tangent won't be so long, but then we're going to come back and answer all the questions. Yeah? Gotta look on the clock. Okay, we got some time. Yeah? And the last question. It says in Shemos, in Vayakel, it's talking about the women weaving, right? And it says something very interesting. It says that when the women were weaving, it says, V'chol isha chachmas lev biyado tavu. All these smart women, they weaved on themselves. They weaved and they made all the great things for the Mishkan, the embroidery. However, the next pasuk, what does it say? V'chol hanoshim asher nosan libon. And where does Rashi comment? He says, he quotes the Gemara in Shabbos on Daf Ayin Daled Amud Beis, that they were able to weave when the animal was right there, and they were able to weave on the animal itself. Ask from Nechemia Kornitzer, who was the last Rav of Krakow. Why did Rashi wait for that pasuk? Why didn't he just say that comment in the first pasuk? Okay, so let's just review. I'm into reviewing a lot. We're going to talk about that in a section, actually. What was the first question? Let's spit it out quickly. I'm the gun game beficha. You can't hesitate. Oh no, it's Devar. Why are you making fun of Klal Yisrael? Good. Second question. Nil Chaver. Let's go. Wow. What?
How do you say Rishus and Avos?
Right, Rishus and Avos. Good. Third question. I gotta look at my notes. I don't know. Yeah, what's the third question? Avnei Shoam. I'm assuming that you guys know what you're talking about, just like throwing out one word, but it's okay. And the fourth one? Torah, weaving. Yeah. Nosan Libon. Why is Rashi commenting on the second pasuk if he could comment on the first pasuk? Okay. Let me tell you a story that happened. Right now, yeah, everyone gets out the story now. So, Baruch Hashem, I live in a community called Givat Zev. And it's a little past Ramot, very nice community. It's pretty new, a couple years old. And every Ben Azmanim, so Kanai and I have six girls. Can you just imagine 6 girls? My oldest is 10. It's a Lebedik in my house. Very Lebedik, okay? So, whenever we have Ben Azmanim, the kids are done with school. So, take them to some trips. So obviously, I don't have a car. Make my life crazy. I think I'm from like 1910, right? I have this little phone, and I don't even know whatever. Yehuda had to help me with turning on a camera. I don't even know anything about this stuff, right? So what happened? Every single Ben Azmanim, I take trips with my kids. So again, I don't want to spend money. Everyone gets cheap with trips. Yeah, sometimes you got to spend money. Talk about that and give myself muscle. You got to spend money. And I decided I was going to take it. There's an amazing park right very close to my house. So I decided that I was going to take my kids, and this is like an awesome park. Got slides and really big slides, you know, like to a 6-year-old. These big slides are like Great Adventure. I don't know if you guys like Great Adventure. I used to love Great Adventure. I love Great Adventure. I was like the guy, you know, with the hands up. I led the whole thing. So basically, I decided to take my kids to this park. And things were going great. And all of a sudden, I heard screaming. I'm like, oh no. You know, like when things are going so well. And I'm running. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, Terem, Dasso, like, how am I going to get to the hospital, ambulance? Things are going crazy in my mind. And you know, my mind is racing, and all of a sudden I see my daughter on the ladder of the slide. And I'm like, are you okay? She's like, I'm stuck! My little, I think she was 6. I'm stuck! I'm like, you're stuck? Can I come up and get you down? She said, no! I said, what do you want me to do? She's like, I'm stuck! I'm like, do you want to just stay here for the rest of your life? Like, what do you want to do? No, I'm stuck. I can't move. Like, literally 10 minutes going back and forth as a 6-year-old. You know, you can't live with a 6-year-old. You can't live with him. Yeah, whatever. So back and forth, and then finally we figured out a Shiur that I'm going to help her up. And little by little by little, she's going to go up. And she did it. Very scared. She was like really scared. And she was going up and up and up and up. And then I let go. She didn't fall, thank God. That would be really bad. That would kill the whole story. But she went up, and she was able to do the slide by herself. What's the pshat in this story? The real story. What's the pshat in this story? A lot of times in life, we are holding ourselves back. We're afraid. We're afraid of certain things. We think we can't accomplish. We think that, okay, who am I? I don't want to show off. Who am I? Can I really accomplish so much? Come on, okay, I'm stagging away and I'm really growing, but me, can I? I once heard, I think from Rabbi and Schaefer in the Shmooze.com, he quoted 2 things. Actually, I was once giving a Shiur. I was once giving a Shiur in Aisha Torah, and I was like going on and on and on, and then all of a sudden I quote like this thing, and he's like, I heard the Shiur. I'm like, you didn't hear the Shiur, I just made up the whole Shiur, I quoted this. It's like, I heard the Shiur, I'm out of here. The guy just walked out. I'm like, what just happened? Okay, so if you heard this, please don't walk out. If you want to, it's okay. Yeah, so if you go into Asia, nowadays, you'll see that there are elephants. Yeah, you guys have all heard this? You're out of here? Yeah, there are elephants. Now, what's the pshat with an elephant? Now, how do you get an elephant to stay where he is? So when an elephant is born, it's an amazing thing. This is awesome, right? When an elephant is born, he's 250 pounds. A little baby. And they tie him to a peg. Now the elephant is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And really, if the elephant had a brain, I guess, he could just, you know, take his leg and just get out of there. But since he's so limited, and because he doesn't have das, he's so limited with where he's going, he can't break out. He weighs 3 to 4 tons. He's a big guy, you know what I'm saying? The big elephant. Why can't he just break out of this? And that's how they hold him nowadays. They hold him with pegs. Why can't he just break out? Because he limited himself. He was, as a baby, he was put as a peg, and he limited himself. In a way, we're all like elephants. Again, I'm not calling you guys elephants, but I'm saying, in a way, Rabbi, listen, I want to die. But in a way, we're elephants because we stop ourselves from growth. We tell ourselves that we can't accomplish. We tell ourselves, who am I? How am I going to do it? This is actually, this thing is where the guy walked out. There's a famous thing called the 4-minute mile. Yeah, you guys heard this before? Yeah. Don't do that one?
No one did it.
No one did it?
4-minute mile.
Oh, you're saying but you heard it though. Okay, go on. Yeah, so we have the 4-minute mile. Yeah, this is a famous one, right? I think I actually heard from Dr. David Learman from TorahAnytime.com. Amazing website. So now, the 4-minute mile, no one was able to do it. No one was able to do it. 1912, Pavanaro from Finland, 4 minutes and 10 seconds. 1922, Guga Hans from Sweden, 4 minutes and 6 seconds. In 1944, a man from America, his name was Carpenter, did the mile in 4 minutes and 4 seconds. A man by the name of John Landy from Australia did the mile 4 minutes and 2 seconds, and he did it 4 times in a row. 4 times in a row. And he said, I just can't do it. May 5th, 1956, Roger Bannister came and he broke the 4-minute mile. That year, this is not normal if you think about this stat. That year, John Lundy, 37 days later, John Lundy did it. Couldn't do it, said it was impossible. By the end of the year, 27 people broke the 4-minute mile. What is that? That's outstanding. That's crazy. Because what's the pshat? It's because we tell ourselves, they all were together. They all like had a whole plan together. You know, it's conspiracy theory. I hear that. Yeah, they all, because we set limits on ourselves. We're like elephants, and we set limits on ourselves. Who are we to accomplish? But we can accomplish anything. There was a man by the name of Robert Rosenthal. Robert Rosenthal came into a school. How much time do we have? Sorry? Yeah, 5 minutes? Whoa, okay. Wow, okay. There was a man by the name of Robert Rosenthal. Robert Rosenthal went into a school and he told 3 regular kids, that you are geniuses. They were normal kids. And he wanted to track them to see exactly what. Their IQ went up, I think 20 points. Wow, that's crazy. It doesn't make sense. Now, okay, very nice. Okay, good, Rabbi Bloom. You told me very cute, very nice. You told me about elephants. You told me, you're not calling me an elephant. You told me about all these nice things. 4-minute mile, which I knew about already. Whatever. How is that relevant to me? How is that relevant to me? Listen, I'm here in the summer and we're doing amazing. We're shagging away, learning Rashbas and Tosfos. But how can I become greater? How can I do more? Now, people make a common mistake. People think, right, what happens? A person gets inspired. A person has an event. A person hears a great shiur. A person's on fire, right? He has an event in his life that he's like, wow, look what I can do. And a person in his mind, or he tells himself, listen, I'm going to do Daf Yomi. I could do it. Everyone does it. The whole world does it. I'm going to do it. And he starts, and then within 3 days, it's done. So he was inspired and it gets lost. And we all have this. We have certain things that we start and then it dwindles away. What's the pshat? What is inspiration? Inspiration is not the moment of growth. Get this down. If you don't listen to anything I'm saying, listen to this. Inspiration is not the moment of growth. The moment of growth is when things are hard and things are not going so well and I'm not inspired. After the inspiration, then I have to struggle and things are hard. That is the moment of growth. Now, I was asking the Olam, again, Baruch Hashem, everyone staggering away and doing tremendous. But I want to make it practical, and I want you guys to really grow. And you guys are starting so young, and you're really enjoying your learning, and you're really getting into it. But again, everyone could change, and everyone could do more. And there's a yesod here. What I see, and it's hard for me, again, I don't have one of these phones. Technology is tremendous nowadays, and it's amazing what you could do in the split of a second. Tremendous things, but at the same time, it limits us a little. Because, I'm teaching for a couple of years, I see what's going on, I see the way a person could pay attention. It's very hard. And again, if I had one of those phones, I don't have one of those phones, but I probably every 20 seconds, I'd be looking. And it's very, very, very hard. And we all know that we're struggling with it. Okay, if you don't want to admit to yourself, you are. You're struggling, and it's very, very, very hard because we have this constant focus, right? For example, for me, 3 minutes. Well, okay, can't get everything on the video. Yeah, we have this constant struggle because we feel that we're involved in something, but in the back of our mind, we always feel like we're somewhere else. For example, I have this phone. Again, I don't have anything on this phone. And I have it on vibrate, and I used to bring it to davening. And in the back of my mind, if it would vibrate in the middle of davening, my mind would be racing. Oh, it must be that guy, it must be that guy. Oh, he's trying to get me, he's trying to get me. Bloom, no one's trying to get you. It's one of those 072 numbers of Cellcom. Come on. So I just messed up my whole davening because I was thinking about what that phone is. Okay, look who it is. And maybe I did look or whatever it is, but I'm saying we are limiting ourselves. So what do, Rabbi? I have the phone, I know it's great, it does help me, and it's great, but still, when I'm learning, an eitzah, I'm not telling you what to do, but an eitzah, turn it off. And if it's very hard for you to do it, turn it off for 20 minutes. You'll feel like a different person. Again, you can't finish shots in a night. turn it off. Make it not relevant. I'll tell you not to bring it, so it'll be less of a Yetzer Hara. Again, you have to make your own choices in life. But focus. But when things are hard, that's the point. When things are hard, and I'm struggling, and I show myself that I have self-control, and I show myself that I could decide what I want to do, that is growth. That is gevura. That is power. Who's someone that's a gibor? Someone could think that someone's a gibor, someone that works out, and someone's so strong. No, because I'll say in Pirkei Avos, who is a gibor? Someone that could control his Yetzer Hara. And some people have big Yetzer Haras, and some people really can't control themselves. And there are a lot of crazy things that a person can see nowadays. And we're all working and we're all growing. But a person needs to have control in himself. And he has to realize that he could do whatever he wants. Set goals. We don't set goals for ourselves. Set goals. My goal is to know the 3 blot of Menachos by heart. Maybe not physically by heart, but to be holding the sugyas. To feel that I'm connected. To feel the chazer. We could chazer better. We could feel that we could do more. If someone asks me a question of 3-day shiur, I could be spitting at it. I don't have to, right? I'm a gangi if I can know it, but don't set limits on yourself. Now let's get back to the questions. What was the question? Matas Maseh. You go to the next video also. Okay? Matas Maseh. What's pshat? Klal Yisrael. We're Onos Devarim. We're showing Klal Yisrael that they're not going to know. Chas v'shalom. Rashi's telling us, no! Klal Yisrael went through so much. They went through such hard things. And still look where they are. It's not Onos Devarim. If a person says, wow, right? There are 2 ways a person could approach. Says Rav Hanoch Leibowitz, you could say, wow, look who you are. You didn't do anything. Or you can say, wow, look who you are. That's Klal Yisrael. We've been through so much. That's the idea of the 3 weeks. We've been through so much. We had, right? We know the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed. Both of them. And because of the Averos of Sinas Chinam and the Gimel Averos. So what's pshat? We're just trying to make ourselves look bad? Why do we always focus about it? Because no, we're saying, look, we went through so much. And we had so many struggles. And still look where we are. Still look. We still have a connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because Hashem loves us. He wants to have that relationship with us. He really does. I'm telling you. Bring Hashem into your lives. That's Siyata D'Shmaya we spoke about in the beginning. Every day. Hashem loves us. We don't hear it enough. Hashem wants to do everything for us. And sometimes things don't happen the way we want them. That's also Hashem. And it's a high level to get there. But this is what life's about. You're going to go through so many stages of life and Bez Hashem, such amazing things. But at the same time, you have to realize that the Ribono Shel Olam is holding our hands. He's like that father. Question 2. What's going on? Right? What was the second question? Yaakov. Why? We got a video. You guys should know by heart. Let's go, right? Yaakov. Why is Yaakov Tefillah Rishus? It says in Tziv. Yaakov's davening was a different davening. Yaakov's davening was a davening be'isara. Why Marav Rishus and Yaakov? Because Marav is the idea of darkness. Yaakov had a very hard life. Just look through all the struggles he had. He goes through a crazy life. All of our Avos had hard lives. They had great lives, but they went through a lot of difficulties. But that says Ehelig Rechaim Lodgin. What does it say? Asar Nisyanos Avram Avinu. How did Avram become our father? Because he passed the 10 tests. When we have tests thrown at us, and we pass them, that is godless. Says in Tziv, spontaneous connection, Esara, Hashem, Esav's after me, Lavan, my son Yosef, my wife dies, a crazy life, but he held on. Darkness, Tefillah Marav Rishus, but at the same time Avos. Says Yoar Chaim. What's pshat? If Avnei Shoham is the most valuable, why don't you put that in the beginning? Gavaldik says Yoar Chaim. Listen to this. The Gemara said in Yuma that Avnei Shoham was a nace from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It was a nace from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It was a stone that Hashem gave him as a gift. What's better? A gift? Gifts are great. I love gifts. Anyone can give me a gift they want. But what's greater? Someone that works for something or a gift? The more you work and the more you struggle and the more you make it real, that is precious. It was harder for them to make gold. It was harder for them to make silver. But still, and the last point, says from Nehemiah Kornitzer, why the second pasuk? Why is Rashi waiting for the second pasuk? Asher nosan libon, says the pasuk. Because these women were smart. But second, there's two categories of women. There's a category of women of smart. Smart. They're smart women. They knew how to weave. But then there's another category. Smart helps. But Asher nosan libon. They put their hearts into it. They wanted it. They wanted it. Whatever you want in life, guys, you guys are all smart guys, you will accomplish, but you need to want it. I remember being in yeshiva. I had a fight with a guy. And the guy said, listen, I'm not so smart. There's another guy, he got into an Ivy League school. Very smart guy. He's going to accomplish so much more than me in learning. And I said to him, maybe he will. Maybe you can get a Tosas faster than you. Hashem has given different nisyonos to different smarts to different. People look differently. People act differently. But I'm telling you that if you work hard, again, I was a bach, I'm telling this guy Muslim, he probably should have punched me in the face, right? But I'm telling you, if you work hard, you will be more accomplished than that guy learned. And that guy worked so hard, and now he's a big Ram in a big yeshiva. Because why? And again, he's a smart guy. Maybe the Ivy League guy could have done something, but he didn't want it. That wasn't his avoda, which is fine. He had a different avoda, and hopefully he's sitting and steiging, and that's great. But this guy wanted it more. He wanted to make Torah a part of his life. He wanted that relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu more in his life. We could do it. We're going to go back to the base medrash. So you guys are more up this time. Again, Gavaldik Mar Makomos. Sometimes there's less Mar Makomos. Sometimes there's more Mar Makomos. But it's up to you to go over Chazorah. The Stipler writes that Chazorah is the hardest thing. I know it's very hard for me. And I was always a guy when I was a Shiur, I tried to finish Mesechus. And it's great. The Kiyas is amazing. The Stipler writes because a person, his nature is like, okay, I did it already, I did it yesterday, go further. And that's great. But I want to be Kona something. I want to really know. I want to know what the machlokas is between Rashi and Tosas about the Yud. Really know it. And that's up to you. But it's about focusing. Put that phone away. Half hour. Again, work within yourself. Make it real. Turn it off. You're not getting an email from President Trump. I promise you. Okay? Don't worry about your emails. Whatever email you're gonna get, you can look back. You can look at it in a half hour. You'll be able to focus better. Everyone wants to accomplish. We all have goals. Set goals in your mind. I want to finish this Masechta. I want to do that. I want to understand this. Don't sell yourself short. Don't limit yourself. Don't be like that elephant. Oh, it's calling me an elephant again, right? Don't limit yourself. Realize that you could do anything you want in life. Anything. Ben Torah. Everything. But it's all about the relation with Hashem. Bez Hashem, we should just keep on growing. Keep on realizing that we have a Gavaldik environment of Torah. We're steiging. You don't get better than this. The summer's we're almost halfway done already. It flew by. And we just got to keep on taking advantage. But it's just the beginning. This is not like summer's over. You know? Hashem, we have a big life ahead of ourselves. And Bez Hashem, we could just continue steiging. Bez Hashem, I'm here and learning. If anyone needs to speak or whatever you need. I've dealt with a lot of different things before. The Shiur said I don't think a lot of you guys are dealing with. But whatever you guys need, I'm here. And I just want to let you know that you have to always pat yourself on the back. Right? You pat yourself on the back that you're doing amazing and the positivity and the godless, where you guys come from, you have friends doing whatever, and you're here sitting and learning, but that can't limit yourself. Because that's great, that's important, that's confidence, but at the same time, we have to just keep on going further. Aim for the stars. You could all become Gedoylei. Gedoylei Torah. Shkoyach.